the American people stand firm in the faith which has inspired this nation from the beginning. We believe that all men have a right to equal justice under law and equal opportunity to share in the common good. We believe that all men have the right to freedom of thought and expression. We believe that all men are created equal because they are created in the image of God. From this faith, we will not be moved.
Hello and welcome to the Freedom of Thought podcast. I am your host, Paladino Joey, or Joey Awajan. Freedom of Thought is available on all of your favorite podcasting apps featuring Spotify. So if you can download and listen to this show on Spotify, it's greatly appreciated. Otherwise, it is available on several different applications you can imagine, or apps, that is. Thank you once and always for downloading and listening to this show. It is an immense pleasure to be back on board with you once again today. It's been a minute. I recorded the last episode at the start of June on the 2nd, apparently. I recorded and published, and now here we are at the end of June, June 25th at the time I'm recording this. So it is what it is. Obviously, busy schedule, this and that. I've been wanting to get on, but kind of chomping at the bit and all that. But of course, sometimes extra busy this, extra busy that, getting home from work later than I would like, that kind of crap. And then, of course, again, freedom to be able to have to use the quote-unquote studio, as I like to call it. It's kind of a studio, but let's get to the point here. Obviously, nice show for you today, as always. Just kind of talking about ongoing things that have been happening. It's ironic how Truth to Ponder had, I often talk about Bob Biermann on Truth to Ponder, and I've emailed him a couple of times in the past. It's been a while, and I feel bad. It's because I got so far behind in the episodes, because I'd be able to listen to him, I want to listen to him at regular speed. Some podcasts I listen to at a faster speed so I can get through them, but there's something special about Bob Biermann and the Truth to Ponder podcast, so I tend to listen to it at at the regular speed. So I get behind a bit because he records 5 days a week. Records and uploads and all that 5 days a week. So that's one of the reasons I got behind with emailing him, because it's like, yeah, I heard this, and it's like, that was 4 weeks ago, man. What's going on? So that'd be kind of weird, or 3 weeks, or 2 weeks. But I've been getting closer and closer to getting caught up, and at the time, again, this is weeks ago now, because that's when I heard it, and I was blown away because he started talking about Minnesota a little bit and the politics here. It's very telling. It just shows exactly who we are and what people know us as. Bob?
And here we are looking at this kind of insanity. Minnesota, another state that's gone communist. A state that has been consumed by socialists, control freaks, neo-Marxists, you name it. In a small, supposedly mostly rural state. Those cities, like Minneapolis, St. Paul, run the show, and they're running that state into the sewer. Other states like California, Oregon, New York, upstate New York is primarily farming and rural. But it's the downstate New York City and a couple of cities in the upstate that control the state politically. In states like Minnesota, you get outside of the big cities, it is a conservative state. It is a farming state. Yet in a place like Minnesota, abortion is considered a fundamental right all the way to the end of pregnancy and beyond if they can get their way. It's a refuge state for children, little kids seeking sex changes. It is a take pride state, which prohibits nonprofits from discriminating against gender identity and hiring practices. It has repealed all protection for babies that survived abortions so they can be killed. It has gutted reporting requirements for any abortion facility. It has legalized marijuana use. It has raised the gas tax by indexing it to inflation. Increased sales taxes and fees for vehicles. They're pushing for electric cars, like that's going to work on the farm. Enacted automatic voter registration. They want to pre-register, you ready, this 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds to vote. and on it goes. And they got rid of Columbus Day and made Juneteenth a state holiday. They've banned any kind of conversion therapy, and they are working on eliminating cash bail for criminals. We learned over the past couple of years how governments, when given the ability to control you, will take that opportunity.
Yeah, that pretty much sums everything up, how immoral Minnesota truly is, the politics here. It is frightening. It's disgusting. You know, we go as far as like partial birth abortion, anything, any way to let, the gay agenda do whatever they want, basically run us over. Juneteenth has become a holiday, so to speak, a holiday where people are off from work. No, don't get me wrong. I appreciate being off from work and everything. It's just that, I don't know, I think the whole premise behind Juneteenth is a little bit questionable at times. Now, of course, I am 110% for the Emancipation Proclamation. Absolutely for that. I would hope you're for that as well. But everything else that's gone on after that, I think is a little bit too much sometimes. Obviously, racism didn't end when the Civil War ended or when the Emancipation Proclamation happened. I know, but it doesn't happen to, it doesn't have to come from both sides, though. You know what I mean? It shouldn't come from either side, quite frankly. So that's kind of my immediate comeback to that. One thing I always used to tell people that were anti-Trump and they'd call him racist and stuff, I'd be like, okay, if Donald Trump is so racist, especially against black people, what did he ever do to black people exactly that you're so angry about? Exactly. Crickets. I mean, they don't have an intelligent response. Of course not. They're like, well, sorry, I actually don't really know. Exactly. There is nothing. There is nothing. You just want to go against him because you disagree with him on this or disagree with him on that, and because your left-wing friends told you to, especially on CNN and MSNBC. Another ironic thing, because, this whole, gay pride thing and Target and other, Bud Light and all that, that's been an ongoing thing. Bud Light losing like billions of dollars, so to speak, Target losing money. And, obviously, people like the Strang report, and I agree with him, saying, yeah, don't shop at Target if they're going to completely like push this in your face, like you're you're basically an evil person if you disagree, this and that. It's okay to disagree. It is. I don't think it makes you an evil person. What might make you an evil person is like, wishing horrible things to happen to people or doing horrible things to people. Okay, yes, that's evil. So, yes. But I would think that is an extremely small percent of the population. We're talking 0.0001 or something like that. That would truly want horrible things to happen to a minority or a person that prefers the same sex, that type of thing, or just believes they're a different gender than they are, that kind of thing. For me, a man's a man, a woman's a woman, and that's kind of about all there is to say. Nothing about bashing anybody or talking bad about anybody or wishing them ill will, because I don't. I have, let's just say I have gay friends, and I appreciate them as a friend very much, and I know God loves them, and I appreciate them as a person very much. Just disagree with maybe the lifestyle they're choosing. There's no ill will towards them and no bad things. I've never wanted anything bad to happen. I remember there was a guy named Denny working with my parents, the nicest guy in the world. Just, but he was, he was heading in that other direction. Now, MSNBC came up with something, I don't know, I found it like laughable and obnoxious and awful at the same time. MSNBC, cancel culture hypocrisy. So, okay, so you're going to say not shopping at Target, not buying Bud Light makes us hypocrites for, like shutting down some entire career. Like, say, like a radio host who maybe doesn't agree with something, they get shadow banned. And believe me, I have been shadow banned, especially since I started talking about the hazy skies. I do a Facebook page called Joey's Weather Spy Photos, and it was gaining in momentum, followers, because it's so simple. It's not political, it's not sports, it's not regional, it's a worldwide thing that anybody can appreciate. A beautiful sky, or a threatening sky, depending on what we're talking about. It was gaining momentum, and all of a sudden it just stopped right about the time I posted, like, hazy skies, interesting. Something weird's going on. That's about all I put. And then, of course, how I talked about it much more extensively on this show. So, yeah, that's cancel. That's like called shadow banning. That's like a junior version of cancel culture. Did that need to happen just because I mentioned hazy skies? Is it so offensive to think that something weird's going on a little bit? Is it so offensive? I guess. That type of thing. But when it comes to not just about gay pride, this and that, it's not about necessarily the gay pride that people are so mad about. At the same time, we're getting tired of it getting, forced on us every couple of minutes. And the fact that it's an entire month versus Memorial Day is one day. Labor Day is Labor Day, that's a different thing. Veterans Day is one day. Father's Day is one day. Mother's Day is one day. Heck, Valentine's Day is one day, right? Valentine's Day is one day. Yet the whole June thing, it's like a whole month. Oh, it's a whole month. Black History Month. Again, a whole month versus a day. That's a big difference. Huge difference. So again, cancel culture hypocrisy is what MSNBC said. Just because somebody maybe said, I'm not a fan of this, I don't agree with the vaccine or something, and their career is ruined. Really? You're going to ruin somebody's career because they don't agree with the vaccine, or maybe they speak out against it more strongly? Something along those lines. Like the vaccine, it seems like it's not even about this or that. It's almost like vaccine is an absolute religious cult that is constantly being shoved down our throats every second. Luckily, that's quieted down a little bit because I think there is enough of an uproar. Leave us the bleep alone. For heaven's sake, leave us the bleep alone. Stop. That's basically what it got to on that with the vaccine. And also the fact that, yeah, it's kind of wound down a bit, don't you think? So these people walking around with their masks on still in their cars, walking around outside by themselves in the parking lot at work, and in their cars driving with the mask on. They have to wear their mask every single day, all day, even sitting down at the table to eat. They're still wearing it. It's like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? That type of thing. It drives me nuts. So cancel culture hypocrisy. I don't think it's cancel culture hypocrisy to decide I don't really want to shop at Target because again, where they really crossed the line with all this pride thing is when it started leading to children, and we're coming after your children, like that song, and like little kids' clothes that are really leading towards that. Like your little boy thinks he's a girl, and he should be. He wants to change his name to Bethany or something. Like your little boy Ben wants to change his name to Bethany, and your parents. You know what, parents? You stay out of this. Let him make his choice. Stay out of this. I know he's only 6. But stay the heck out of this. How dare you? How dare you? You have no right. Back off. See, once it gets to that point, that's when parents that might even be on the left would be like, excuse me? What did you say? No, you back off. You screw off. You're not going to dictate. You're not going to dictate this on me. You're not going to push me away when all I'm saying is, hey, you're a young boy who might have some strange thoughts. Maybe you like to hang out with the guys and not the girls. Yeah, well, you're a little boy. That doesn't mean you're gay. That doesn't mean you're, it doesn't mean this. It doesn't mean that. Or you have like a feminine thought about something. Like I kind of like Barbie dolls a little bit. That doesn't mean you're a girl. It doesn't mean you're a girl. Or maybe you like the color pink. Doesn't mean you're a girl. It just doesn't. You're a little boy. Maybe you're a little bit, I don't know. You're just kind of curious. That's all. Curious George. Okay, not quite like Curious George, but I'm just throwing that out there. But yeah, maybe the person's name is George. Who knows? George, and then he wants to change his name to Georgia because it's a girl. And we have to say they now. We can't say he, we can't say she. We have to say they. Otherwise, it's offensive. It's offensive. Their name is Todd. Their name is John. Their name is Beth. So they want us to bring them lunch. They want us. It sounds like plural, by the way, which is kind of creepy. Plural, huh? Plural. That sounds biblical, doesn't it? Like there are many of us. Yeah, that's in the Bible about there are many of us, like cast out demons, this kind of thing. So I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be an ass. I'm not trying to be a jerk and to be offensive. I'm just saying, and pardon me for the French there. So it's an amazing thing that's been going on, And that's where the whole, the whole cancel culture hypocrisy thing. Once I saw that, I mean, my jaw dropped. Cancel culture hypocrisy. It just doesn't get better than that in terms of silliness and like, are you okay? Are you normal? Are you normal? Like, really? Cancel culture hypocrisy, huh? We're hypocrites now. Anyway, the left and the left media can run their mouth, they're going to do it. They're going to do it, and they're going to shove their views down our throat. And if we say anything, we're basically bigots, we're homophobes, we're racists, we're this or that. Maybe you want to slow immigration down a little bit, which, is it that bad? Is it that bad of an idea? There are other countries that don't want anybody to come in. Are they called racist? Is Vietnam called racist? They're not exactly open borders in Vietnam. They're really not. You might think they are. They're not. In terms of permanent residents and such, they don't want a whole lot of foreigners there. Japan? Are you kidding me? Good luck with that. Japan? They're as bad as it gets. Have you ever heard anybody call a Japanese person a racist? I mean, I might think they are personally, but that's personal personal history there. But I'm just saying, nobody ever calls them that though. But America, land of racists. That Trump is evil. Oh, he's the biggest racist ever. No, he's not. No, he's not. He was tired of being ripped off by Mexico. He was tired of being ripped off by China. And actually, some good things were finally happening. Oh, but nope, we can't have Trump here. No, we can't have Trump. We got to bring in bumbling Joe Biden. That's what you got to do. Bring in bumbling Joe. Well, anyway, that's basically the kind of quotes he would have. He'd be in the middle of a thought and be like, it's like you just woke up, or you have dementia, quite possibly. Pardon me. So that's kind of my thoughts there. Dare we go into the mailbag and bounce around some more? I don't think there's a whole lot, unfortunately, and I do want to mention one person here as well. Mark Carlson, I hope everything's okay. Haven't seen you for a while. Maybe I'm guessing you're kind of busy in the summertime. You kind of do your thing. I believe he's retired as a mailman, which is nice. Must be nice to be in retirement, and at a young age, it must be nice to be able to retire at a young age. So that's always a good thing. Yep, and I kept talking about the fires. So there's a bit of stuff here dating back to early June. Yeah, where is it? Okay, there, geez. So, yep, Mark Carlson, huge shout out to you. Let me know if everything's okay and things are going well. I think I have a call in from Gerald String as well. Yes, I do. Good thing I just saw that name. I think I should just wait before I go to the before I actually jump into the mailbag. Let's hear from Gerald now, in case I forget.
Hey, Joey. Gonna do a quick call in for freedom of thought. Haven't done a call in for a while. I guess I really just never had anything that came to my mind or my heart until today. I had to travel across country to Chicago, and I tell you what, I check into my room and they have the TV going, and it's all about gay pride. It's all about girls holding girls' hands, guys holding guys' hands. They have that right on the TV, flashing in your face, and you check into your room, and it's just, you've covered this before, but they are so adamant about shoving their anti-God lifestyle down our throat. I'm so sick of it. And I hate to tell anybody that's out there, this isn't my choice. God did not choose that lifestyle for you. You chose that lifestyle for you. You know what? And it isn't up to me. Can a gay person be saved? Absolutely, yes. Does God love gay people? He absolutely does. Does he accept your lifestyle? Never. He never will. He never has. And that's just the way it's going to be. You can argue with me, but I'm not the one you need to be arguing with. Read your Bible. That's just the way it is. And if that's the way your lifestyle is, that's fine. But don't shove it down my throat. And don't try to tell me that this is God's will, because it is not God's will. I don't understand it. But I am tired of that getting shoved down my throat. And Joey, I'm like 56. I grew up in the late 70s. and early 80s, and we just knew it was wrong, although we knew it just kept kind of gaining momentum, and now we just knew it was wrong, and we didn't talk about it. And I don't care if our company hires gay people, black people, white people, red people, yellow, girls, guys. It's just, I want good employee. It should be the best employee gets hired. And what you do when you go home at night is your business. Politics has no place in the business world, but now that's all getting all mixed in and shoved down everybody's throats. And man, did that, as you can tell, it hit a nerve. And like, you know what? I guess there ain't that many people I can talk to about it, so I'm going to do a little calling to my buddy Joey, and I'm going to vent, and that's just the way it is. But I appreciate all the things that you bring up. I do listen to every show. Like I said, I'm not so sure I don't like it better than Purple Mafia, but you do a great job, and keep up the great work, and we'll talk to y'all later.
That was an awesome call-in. Thank you, Gerald, and it means a lot to me to hear what you say. Because sometimes I'm afraid. Sometimes I'm afraid I come on here and I just bumble and stumble around, and like it's not that good. And then so this show again, it's still like a little baby plant trying to grow up a bunch of redwood trees. So it's having a hard time reaching the sun here to grow a little more. But we'll see. Again, word of mouth does help, but not that this is about me. That was really an awesome call-in. Can't disagree with anything you said. Again, does God love gay people? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There's plenty of Christian ones out there. It's just, I don't know, for some reason they see the world a certain way. And it's just kind of how it is. But it's not just the person. It's not the person though. That's the root of anybody's frustration. It's the forcing it. It's oftentimes most of them are, they're gentle and they're quiet. It's the absolutely loud, crazy ones that go in the streets and do the most immoral things and shove it all down your throats, and they do insanely perverted things with little kids and such. Like the Epstein types of the world. See, that's the real brunt of our frustration and the real root of our frustration here. It's not a joke at all. Not a joke at all, and that's why I can understand your passion, and how again it's constantly being like shoved down our throats. It really is. The whole agenda thing is constantly being shoved down our throats. See, churches like say like ones downtown or anywhere like the electronic signs where they put the rainbow on there. You don't have to do that. You really don't have to do that. It's not like we're gonna be like go away, burn in hell. No, we might not want to perform the marriage or anything, but of course that church will, and some of the others that have the flag in the front and everything, like an actual physical flag, might do that. But no, an absolutely great call. Really feel your passion there, and I can't disagree. I cannot disagree. There's nothing bigoted about what Gerald just said. If you think Gerald from Nebraska there is a bigot, I think we're gonna be on a different side of the argument here, like 100%. So he's not a bigot. I'm not a bigot either. So, like I said, God loves them very much. God loves you very much out there, just in case. So you're listening. Where was I? The Facebook page. Facebook.com/Freedom of Thought 1776. Twitter account is at Freedom of Thou 76 because Twitter's different. So we'll keep going. The Smoke and Mirrors of Social Media by Freedom of Thought. Yeah, that was yep. I enjoyed doing that. And just like lately here, just this past week, the whole, what's her name? Now I'm even, Taylor Swift. The absolute worship of Taylor Swift. And you hear her music for like 10 seconds. It's like, oh my God, turn that off. It's awful. Oh, it's horrible. Unless you're like a spoiled little girl, basically. Okay, maybe not spoiled, but I don't know. It's awful. Oh my God. It's awful. And it's not because I'm an old fogey who doesn't get it. He doesn't understand. No, it's awful. There's a fine line between it's not my thing and it's bleeping awful. I think it's awful. Next, sorry. And I keep talking about hazy skies and everything. And then I just thought it was funny. The name of this beer is perfect for what's going on in the atmosphere the past few years, especially the last 2 years. Founders All Day Haze. All Day Haze. because it's like a session hazy IPA basically. Yeah, it's hazy every day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Next one, okay. The show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Isaiah 3:9. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 9, King James Version. Yep, all the little, rainbow, 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 rainbow. It shouldn't have to be about rainbows. That's the problem. It's one thing if you're privately this or privately that. It's another thing that it's just like celebrating it. You don't, that's what's annoying about all these woke companies. Woke. Because it's not just this. They do way more than just the rainbow stuff. They support everything that we don't want, basically. So, or disagree with, I should say. It's not just this. Because again, there are homosexual conservatives out there, and quite a few. And they're actually really good people. So that's why I'm not coming out here and bashing or anything. Because, yeah, they're good Christian people. But they might have, thoughts about things. But I'm not trying to laugh at all. But when companies go 100% woke and rainbow, 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 it just feels like there's a little extra involved with that. Like a little extra. Like instead of mustard, it's, Grey Poupon. There's extra oomph to it. It really feels that way. Anyhow, hazy as heck out there. I posted that, and I guarantee that's not helping any show at all. But I'm going to keep saying it. So if I'm killing my shows, I guess so be it. And it's sad because Purple Mafia, I put a lot of work into that. Brave the Wild, I put a lot of work into that. Video Game Flashback, brand new a show I started back in December. The feed existed 15 years ago, but I revived it, brought it back from the dead. Basically, it was dormant for 15 years and brought it back. Retro video game show, Video Game Flashback, obviously again. So I don't know why I'm talking about that here. Earth's new quasi-moon will stick around for hundreds of years. Yep, that was an interesting little piece of thing. So we're going to talk about astronomy sometimes. Eventually I'll have a show about wormwood. Then there's the fires and all that stuff. That certainly contributes to the haziness. Quebec getting burned to a crisp all over the place. I was showing the map from Weatherbug. Joe Morin says, looks to me like there's an arsonist involved, and I'm thinking, absolutely. Yeah, doesn't make any dang sense. Forget what this was. Severe air pollution in the city following a huge forest fire in Canada. Yep, see, it just continues. There's something in the Bible, Deuteronomy 28, verse 45. Foreigners who live in your land will gain more and more power. While you gradually lose yours, they will have money to lend you, but you will have none to lend them. in the end, they will be your rulers. Yeah. Does that not sound 100% accurate to what's going on? Like the Chinas of the world, dare I say the Ilhan Omars and what Ilhan Omar and what she's been up to. It's not racist. I'm sorry. It's not racist. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not bleeping racist. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm talking like that, and I apologize. But it's not racist. March 17th, we're all Irish. May 5th, we're all Mexican. How about this 4th of July? We all act like Americans. Yeah. Cool. Any response? No. Well, there's some like and loves and all that. So it's true though. Quebec. Yep. I was like, are you kidding me? This is going to be an ongoing story all summer and probably beyond. I sense foul play here. Yeah, because the fires are even more. No comment response there, but crazy, intense. Flag Day, which also happens to be Donald Trump's birthday, so happy belated birthday to Donald John Trump, 45th and 47th President of the United States. Anyhow, so few people remember Flag Day. It's an image of the flag. That's my parents' house, basically. The flag in the front. So few people remember Flag Day, especially in these cobalt blue suburbs of Minneapolis. Happy Flag Day, everybody, and God bless the United States of America. No response. I don't know what's happening. Everybody ran away. I was like, Star Tribune, Justice Department finds pattern of discriminatory policing in Minneapolis. Yeah, give me a break. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Biased much? So, of course, automatically Minneapolis police are racist and targeting blacks. Yeah, sure they are. Another image on June 17th. The People, that's like a city, a gigantic dam that's cracking, the media, and then the water is the truth. So it's going to burst open and the truth is going to flood everything. Sylvester Stallone says, Sylvester Stallone makes it clear, no woke crap on his new movie set. Thank you, Sylvester Stallone. Really appreciate that. Good to know he is a conservative. Sylvester Stallone, and funny how a lot of these excellent conservative actors have kind of vanished off the face of the earth. So, yeah, it's crazy. So it's absolutely crazy, but also sadly not surprising at all that that's what's happening. It's really not. It's not. Was it Voight, the actor? You don't really hear much about Bruce Willis as we did in the past. Steven Seagal's like vanished off the face of the earth, and they're like, oh, he's this crazy cult. He's nuts. Da, da, da. Yeah, sure he is, because he doesn't see the world from the absolute crazy left-wing woke Hollywood view. That's why he's crazy. He's crazy because you disagree with him. Yep. Well, you know what? You're crazy. I could come back with the same argument. Easily. It is what it is. With that said, I really appreciate you listening. Really do. Again, shout out to Mark Carlson, of course. Hope you're still listening. Loved hearing from Lee Hepner. There have been some others that joined not too long ago. Obviously, I appreciated hearing from Joe Morin as well just recently. Hopefully I'm saying the name correctly. I should be. If I'm not, shame on me. Where's Joe from? Where's Joe? Another Joe, right? Guilford. I'm not sure. Owner of Aircon, huh? Cool. Very cool. He was in the New Hampshire. Nice. Yep. Big shout out to you, Joe. It's really cool. Hope you hope you listen to the show and keep commenting. I'd like to hear from you more and more from New Hampshire. Cool. Yep. Obviously, over there, the politics are generally blue, but not as blue as Minnesota, I don't think. And Bob Biermann let us hear how bad it is, and I agree with him 100%. It's bad. It's really bad. What's been going on? But I want to hear more and more from you out there. Really appreciate those of you that have listened and shared the show, and anybody that wants to donate, it's appreciated. If you prefer not to, it's completely understandable. You think like, what do I need to donate to that for? That's okay. It's your choice. I don't look down. I don't get mad. Why should I? I'm really enjoying doing this show, and I wanna, I love being able to have this platform as small as it is, but to have a platform to try to bring you the truth, to try and give you freedom of thought. You also have freedom of thought. Gerald String today with that audio submission had freedom of thought. That's the goal of this show. That's the goal of this show. Yes, conservative Christian leaning. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. That's that's the honest truth. And you know what? Somebody wants to come and combat me, have a little back and forth. It's okay. We don't have to agree on everything, but if we do, we do. And I mean, conservative Christians, a lot of us, we might have a different view on certain items. Some people don't believe in the rapture. Some people might see science a little differently. Some of you even like the vaccine. But you're welcome to state your case. So, okay, that's what it was called. I was almost forgetting the name of that plant. I've been kind of digging around. Lamb's Quarters. Yeah, that's they're out there. And I'd like to try it sometime. Lamb's Quarters. Organic Farmers. Yep, it's actually really good for you apparently, and it's just kind of treated as like a weed that you kind of you pull out the trimmer, the weed whacker, and annihilate when they kind of grow in gardens and such. So when it ends up being actually an extremely good for you food, FOOD, food. Yes, that's right. As long as you don't spray poison on it, it should be totally fine. That type of thing. So yeah, I've been clicking back and back. Yeah, false Governor Walz. Yeah, no, he's the governor. He got elected. I believe he got elected fair and square because Minnesota's demographics are so freaking cobalt blue. You can't do much about that. That's the thing, though. I mean, and that's the game the Democrats play, and that's why they keep inviting as many like Somalis or whatever here, so they can just kind of basically kick our butts in every election. Brainwash any and every people from elsewhere to vote for them, and that's basically what's been going on. And then, they pass their crazy radical agendas as much as possible, especially when somebody like Tim Walz is no longer going for re-election. He can literally take the mask off and say, aha, I can do whatever I want now. I'm going to kick all your butts. And all these people around him are just, yeah, rah, rah. You know, that's pretty much what's been going on. Absolutely wonderful. I'm so thrilled to be a part of it. Not. Shout out to Michael Savage as well, of course. Wonderful. Absolutely great show. Unfortunately, he's 81 already. But he's still got energy like he's 50s, I guess you could say. He is, he's got fire, and he is an awesome show host. Obviously now he's in the podcasting world. He's been a radio host forever, an author for much long. He was a radio host since '94 when he was already like 50 something. Can you believe that? But a very successful life before that, of course, with writing and teaching and such. So an amazing man, Michael Savage. Yep. So with that said, I've babbled enough. I really appreciate the support you bring this show via. I mean, if it's a 99-cent donation or whatever the heck it is, one-time donation, whatever the heck it is, sharing the show, mentioning it to word of mouth to your friends and relatives. Really appreciate you. You know, people that you think might like this, bring them on board if you can. And of course, positive ratings on things like Apple Podcasts and such are always welcome as well. With that said, thank you so much for listening, and God bless the United States of America.